and all the 32 realms, they're suffering.
True.
All the 32 realms there is suffering. So to all those seen, unseen beings, metta. I would really recommend everyone to do this meditation because it's such a powerful meditation, metta meditation. And not only it heals you mind and body, it strengthens you mind and body, and it takes all your negative vibrations out of your system.
Yeah.
And so also when you go out there, there is as if there is everyone in one frequency. There is no enmity, and it's a beautiful way to live in society. Everyone you meet is like your brother, your sister. It's because you have already sent metta to them million times. So you connect with people heart to heart. And you don't have fear that someone will rob you, someone will kill you, someone will harm you. That fear doesn't come to you at all, strangely.
Yeah.
You're not scared of living alone or walking down an alley. I know it's not wise, but the fear isn't there. So that's beautiful to do that early in the morning. And then the most
I think that's great because it's more than the actual thing, it's the fear that kills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we react in such a way
Sure.
we get the situation into a worse mess, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah. So just like that the snake coming to a cot, we've heard the story, will go without harming the baby because the baby has no the perception of fear for the snake,
Sure.
and it maybe doesn't project that in the body and mind. And the snake, the story goes that way, so there must be some in it. The next step is to carry this on through the day. This is not enough. Believe me, it's not enough, because by the time you come back to sit there, so much of defilements have gone through, ups and downs and suffering passed through your mind. So to catch that as well, we have to carry this through the day, right? And that is where mindfulness comes. Satya and Sati Sampajanya. Satya, keeping your mind in the present moment, here and now, all the time, here and now.
Okay.
And then introduce wisdom to it and see how things are changing. You experience everything changing. There is no room, no time to get attached
Sure.
or reject. It's changed. So you just go, and it's like watching a stream flow with all kinds of rubbish and good things and gold leaves and dry leaves, and you're watching because there's no time to grab it. So you actually slow down this process, very fast moving process, slow it down so much, and you see it arising, passing, and you get detached, step back, and there is huge happiness there.
Yeah.
So end of the day, again, you can do some sitting meditation and do some vipassana, and about anicca or whatever vipassana meditations that you're familiar with, or practice your samadhi, anapanasati, through the breath meditation to go to samadhi. And if somebody asks me, how can you do this through the day with all the work? And that is where all the present moment meditations come, the Sattara Satipatthana comes. In fact, the whole of the Satipatthana can be practiced moment to moment. It's moment to moment mindfulness.
While you're practicing your daily routine,
yes.
you can do it.
If I give you an example, I would, when I get up, my eyes open, and then I feel the coolness of the pillow on my cheek, and there's hardness of the cheek, and my whole body on the bed, and there's the touch sensation, cool sensation there, and the soft sensation, and you're just with it, with the hardness, softness, cool, warmth, and airy quality there. Then an intention comes, I want to get out of bed, the leg comes out the bed, and then you're walking, and the sole of the foot touches the carpet, there's hardness. This is going with the 4 elements, just being aware of the 4 elements. And hardness, then you'll open the door, the hardness of the hand touching the hardness of the door. You go, you wash your face, and it's the water touching the face. And
okay.
there is water quality, the apo quality, touching the patavi. And you brush the teeth, and that's an action. So this is going along with the 4 elements, which is very beautiful.
And actually, while you were just saying all that, ma'am, a thought, came across my mind. We have missed all that. Have we ever done it mindfully? I think all the time, whenever we are brushing our teeth or washing our face, we have been dreaming of the past or we have been in the future, and we haven't really enjoyed the coolness of water, as you said.
Yes, and see what happens when you're like that. This is one meditation I've taken, the Dhatu Manasikara, which is one of my favorite meditations.
Right.
Your mind doesn't fluctuate to the past, so you're thinking, worrying, that one said this one said this, that happened to me, how unfortunate I am, and all this. And then your mind doesn't fluctuate to the future, thinking, I have to do this, I'm anxious about this, I'm worried about this, planning, and it's here and now. And here, you're walking, hardness, coolness, wateriness, hardness, again, airy quality. The mind gets very light and empty, and there is no suffering there. And then there is no karma vipaka coming, you are not creating new karma, and there is no defilements coming, there is no tanha or anger, dvesha, or any delusions coming, because you are in the ultimate reality or with the paramattha dhamma reality, just being with the 4 elements. It's beautiful and it's empty and calm inside all the time, no suffering.
Lovely. I think lovely. I think that is something we can all practice. Like while we're at home, while we're at work, getting ready, doing stuff for our children, whatever. So with that as well, ma'am, now there might be viewers who would really like to, sit and practice some meditation. I would invite you to teach some simple meditation or whatever you think is appropriate for our viewers.
Because we were talking about the 4 elements, let's do a very simple, beautiful Dhatu Manasikara meditation, okay? It won't take more than 5-10 minutes. Maybe all of you can join us.
Please do,
yeah. Okay, let's sit comfortably. Just let all the muscles relax. Just become aware of all your shoulder muscles. Just relax, let it drop down. And your legs and the whole body completely relaxed. And your mind is here and now. The past is finished and it's non-existent. The future hasn't arrived yet, and we have here and now just changing, arising, passing, arising, passing. The mind is getting calm and empty. And here and now, there's nothing to think about, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Here and now, just being. Just be. Now let's get our awareness to the body. Awareness in the body. And you feel the heaviness. It's like a lump. There's hardness, solidity, and this heaviness weighing down on the cushion. This is the patavi, and the cushion is solid, same hardness as the body. And if you project your perception right through the cushion to the carpet, and it's the same hardness of the body as in the carpet and the ground, right through to the earth and core of the earth. Same hardness as in the body. The hardness spreading to the stones, the mountains, trees and rocks out there, which can break, deteriorate, decay and turn to dust. Same as this body, the hardness can break, deteriorate, decay and one day turn to dust. The hardness or Patavi Dhatu of this body is exactly same as the Patavi in the environment. So this hardness of this body is not mine, it's not me. How can we say it belongs to an I? It's a part of the environment. Bring the awareness to the body again, and what else happens? There's movement of the stomach, movement of the chest, and that's because of the air equality, Vayu. Just be with that Vayu pushing the hardness of the stomach. Vayu and Patavi. This air enters the body through the nostrils when breathing and leaves the body through the exhale and through the skin. For that short moment, the air is in the body. How can we call it mine or I? This air is the same air in the environment, the wind in space. In the body, we feel the moist, the sweat, the tears and saliva, the apo, watery quality. It's exactly the same as the rain, moist in the wind, the lakes and the rivers and the sea. This water enters the body when we drink water from the environment and leaves the body through sweating, urine and feces. For that short moment, the water enters and leaves. How can we call it I, me and mine? The water in the body, apo, is exactly the same as the water in the environment. And then there is the temperature change, coolness of the environment and the coolness of the body, and the warmth of the body as the warmth of the environment change. This tejo quality is exactly the same as in the environment. So how can we call it me, mine and belongs to me? So these four qualities, the hardness, air equality, wateriness and the temperature change in a shape because of our karma is this body. which is ever changing, will break, deteriorate, and one day turn to dust. This body is impermanent, dukkha, and no self. This body is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. I think that is a Dhatu Manasikara meditation. Very easily
Lovely.
one can do,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
calms you, and there is no suffering there, and you get inner peace, ultimate bliss, ultimate happiness, all within. So you don't have to reach out
Sure.
and go out there to achieve and get more for happiness.
Definitely. Now, ma'am, through this meditation or sometimes listening to our discussion, a person or perhaps a non-Buddhist, might say, or maybe just imagine someone didn't watch this program from the beginning but just switched on the television and just watching us now, might say, because this is a personal experience of mine as well. When I just try to explain of this suffering, to someone, then that person said, life has its ups and downs. Why are you concentrating on pessimism? Because, there are some people out there who just accuse Buddhism as pessimism, who talking about suffering. What sort of advice can you give?
Yes,
To anyone
I
who-
think unfortunately these questions arise in someone's mind because they look at life as the sensual pleasure is going to give them lasting happiness. And if you deny yourself these sensual pleasures, it's pessimistic. So this kind of view gives rise to this question.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone experiences the inner bliss that comes in meditation, because Buddha's advice is to come and see and come and experience it.
Sure.
And then you experience with sila. Sila, samadhi, prajna is the three steps. So sila is as important. And then samadhi, where our mind goes to one-pointed concentration. Sila itself gives so much of happiness, protects us from a lot of evil and worry and fear, gives that much of happiness. Then samadhi gives a lot more deeper. And vipassana leads to the ultimate happiness. And when you compare the two types of happinesses, you will know that this is the inner happiness is so profound and so much better than the sensual pleasures. And also the sensual pleasures come from outside, and they will change and give you huge sufferings when it goes. That happiness ends in suffering. Whereas this inner happiness, you can get
It's
it.
long lasting.
Yeah, it's much more long lasting. That is not permanent either, but that is also anicca. But before we come to that, we experience that as we can derive it whenever we want it, we can keep it whenever we want it, and it's there.
It's just an early indication of Nibbana?
Absolutely.
Just an indication,
Yes.
like
It is like a little taste of it.
little taste
Yes,
of it.
from
yeah.
Sila itself, it's beautiful how Buddha says, come and see, knowing as soon as you put your foot there, you'll experience it and you won't look back. And he says very confidently, come and see.
Yeah.
Then someone goes to Sila, gets this experience, and then think, oh, yeah, I'm happier than before. And goes to do a bit of where he says meditate, so we meditate, and then derives a huge amount of happiness, and that is where Shraddha develops, Achala Shraddha, because through experience, because of a cause, there is huge bliss and priti sukha of jhanas are absolutely huge inner happiness, and then even that can be impermanent. So we go to vipassana, the prajna, where total letting go happens. Every time you let go, there is freedom and happiness, and that you cannot compare with the outside. So there is no pessimism there. It's a better happiness, you can say.
It's definitely a better happiness. In other words, you may call it, like you will never really know unless you try it for yourself, because Buddhism is a very much practical religion. So just try it yourself, and if you do not try it yourself, I think you're missing a lot.
Yes.
You're missing a lot in life. So just try it yourself. And ma'am, I would like to just ask you another question, something like this. Now, most of our Buddhists, I think they, most of them, not all of them, they take a very keen interest in Amisa Puja, like rituals, offering flowers.
Yeah.
So whenever, suppose a foreigner comes to our country, maybe someone who doesn't know about Buddhism might get a picture like Buddhism is all about, peraharas, offering flowers, offering pujas and all that. So, I mean, I know they're important, but what do you say?
Yes, they are important because they give you some shraddha and like an introduction to the Dhamma, and offering flowers itself can be a meditation, as well as when you do that it gives a beautiful feeling. So it is of utmost importance, it is the beginning and you can do that. But eventually you have to go from, as I said, good to the better. So you shouldn't get there.
Okay.
So from Sila, you need to, Sila and the pujas and Shraddha, you need to go to the practice, Pratipatti, and then Samadhi, and then you have to develop the Prajna. Because I have to like to say this, that we have got Kalyana Mittas in this lifetime, we have Saddhamma, that is teachers showing us the way, and we have all the requisites to go through this prajna. We didn't talk about it much, but to attain the Maggaphala and go that way in this birth itself, it can be done. And finding a good Kalyana Mitta or a Dhamma teacher, just looking what reality is, just separating out this illusion of materiality and mentality, do meditations to separate that out.